Beep, 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 beep. Latitude 47, Jefferson Beach Estates. Byron Acohido back here again with essay number 8, which is a continuation of number 7. Cup in hand, dog curled underfoot, neighbors waving as they pass by on morning walks. Continuing the origin tale of the KLAM, aka KingstonLocal.org. What started as a hunch and a latte is rapidly becoming something else, something bigger, not in the sense of going viral, not in the Silicon Valley sense of scaling, bigger in the sense of roots taking hold. Let me explain. You're hearing things on the station you're now listening to. A jingle from a 3-year-old, a shrimping update from George Hayes, a long poem by Catherine Lewis Hawk describing the silver trail of a backyard slug like a sacred ruin. Maybe you tuned in by accident. Maybe you left it on like I did while folding laundry or staring across Apple Tree Cove. And maybe, just maybe, you felt that quiet shift, that sense that you were listening along with someone else. That's what this is all about. To understand where the KLAM is headed, you've got to see what it's up against and where it's been. Back in the 1950s, the recording industry became a fortress. Music was talent, yes, but it was also permission. Labels controlled the gates. Only a few got through. The rest were just noise. Then in 1999, along came Napster, file sharing, a crack in the dam. Suddenly, everyone could share music. The record industry panicked, not because music was being stolen, but because they'd lost control of the pipes. That crack widened. MySpace gave musicians profiles. YouTube gave them a stage. For a brief moment, it felt like the commons was back. But then, big tech stepped in. Facebook devoured MySpace. Google swallowed YouTube. Spotify turned songs into metrics. The dream of decentralized expression? Packaged, monetized, fed back to us via opaque algorithms tuned to maximize clicks, not foster connection. You could upload your soul, but if it didn't perform, gone. Just gone. So what makes the KLAM, aka KingstonLocal.org, different? This isn't nostalgia. This is course correction. The KLAM is different because it wasn't bought. It was built by Landon with a coffee in one hand and ChatGPT 4 in the other. There is friction on purpose. No autoplay, no app. You have to remember to click, and you have to choose to be here. The playlist isn't so much curated for you as it is shared. Everyone hears the same poem, the same jingle, the same shrimping report. That friction, that shared stream, it reconnects us, not just to the music or the poem or the jingle, but to each other. Here's the irony. The same tools that help big tech dominate, the cloud, the browser, and now this agentic AI language model, are what made the KLAM, aka KingstonLocal.org, possible. Landon didn't use ChatGPT to replace creativity. He used it to cut through the tangle, just enough to get to the part that matters, the part where you make something by hand. In just 2 days, he figured out how to run a radio station from his garage. Agentic AI is not set it and forget it. It's ask, refine, iterate until you get something worth keeping. Use your experiences, use your knowledge, use your creativity until you get something worth sharing. What's surfacing now on the KLAM, aka KingstonLocal.org, isn't just really cool content. It's presence, it's place, The station has become a mirror, not of who we pretend to be online, but who we actually are right here living in this beautiful spot. The poet? You might pass her on your evening walk. The guitarist singer? She's right behind you in the ferry line. The shrimping report comes from someone who lives by the tides. This is real culture, not culture served up by an algorithm in service of gaining eyeballs and putting more dollars into billionaires' pockets. This is culture woven back into the neighborhood where it was born. Let's be clear. The dream isn't to scale. The dream is to root. Imagine this. A couple of dozen listeners spread across the day, not trending, not boosted, just present. Then maybe someone in Port Townsend hears about it, or Poulsbo, or Silverdale, or Missoula, or East Nashville, or South Austin. Hey, let's get inspired by this. Let's remix it for our own place, for our own people. Yes, history is a lesson we should not ignore. Napster was crushed. MySpace was co-opted. Spotify did replace serendipity with pay-to-play. But maybe this time, we don't sell the commons back. The tools are more accessible. The desire for local presence is real. KLAM is a stake in the ground for hyperlocal. This isn't about going back. It's about reclaiming what was ours all along. We've been trained to believe that ease is everything, that convenience is king, that friction is flaw. But what if, just what if, friction is actually the signal? What if having to remember the URL to make the click to tune in at just the right time is what makes this authentic? Landon put it best. Genius needs bumps, he told me. So here's to the bumps, to tuning in, not because it's easy, but because it matters. You're listening to the KLAM, a.k.a. KingstonLocal.org. So are your neighbors, and that's a good thing. Beep, 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 beep. That is all.